with the show from Watermill Group, and she has brought the team from the kids table, which includes Julia Karol, Natalie Sperling, Kyle Murphy, and Peter Baty. Thank God you all have easy names. I didn't say what companies you're from. We'll get into that. So why don't I throw it first over to Emily, and you can tell us a little bit about the kids table.
Sure. Thanks for having me back. And the kids table started about 2 years ago. I was talking with Jamie Donnellan, who's also part of the kids table, but he couldn't be here today. And we were at an event, and we found that all of the sort of older generation talks to each other, but some of the younger generation was left out of some of the conversations and the networking. So we decided we should start our own sort of young professional networking group. And we found that, you know, as people get older or move forward with their career, they're going to end up doing deals with their friends. So you might talk to your friend to do lending for a deal, or talk to one of your investment banking friends to get some background on a certain industry. And those are the people who you trust and you want to build trusting relationships with. So we wanted to start sort of a small networking group to build those friendships and trusted networks to move forward with our careers.
So tell us what you've done in the 2 years.
So in the 2 years...
Since you're still together, something must be working, or you just like each other.
It is, and I don't know if someone else can take this one, but we've put together a bunch of events, and we grew sort of our founding group to 7 of us, and have been bringing in, you know, other individuals, and we've put together some networking events, everything from cocktail parties to a ski event that we held a few weekends ago, and just growing our network that way.
It's been wonderful, and just adding to what Emily said, I mean, the ski trip, we had a great turnout. We had like a solid 10, 12 people there from
18.
Oh, 18, excuse me, 18.
And nobody under the age of 30?
No, I mean, it was across the board. I mean, there were some people in their
Other
late...
than the people putting you on the chairlift?
Yeah, exactly. So we had people in their late 20s, probably ranging up to, what, their early 40s, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, just, you know, we have these cocktail parties. We have one in the spring, one in the fall, and usually one over the winter. And then we have several other events throughout the year.
I feel like I'm watching the TV show Friends. Is that what it's like? It's like Friends, and then you sort of also help each other with business? It's a peer support group?
Yeah, it's great. And I mean, we all hang out outside. I mean, we all hang out outside of the, you know, the association. I mean, we've made a lot of friends. I mean, I first moved to Boston probably about 3 years ago. I made a lot of friends coming to the different events, and you know, also we've landed a lot of business. You know, making excellent business relationships as well.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Yes.
The idea of networking properly is that if you're going to big events and there are 300 people in a room and you're glad handling people, you're shaking people's hands, you don't necessarily know who you're talking to, and then it's not really effective. But if you're in a room where you're really bonding and connecting with somebody in a small environment with just a few select individuals who are like-minded and sort of similar to you, and then you see them again at event and each event subsequently, then you really develop a meaningful relationship with them, and that can truly be beneficial for your business and for your career as you develop. So that's the purpose of the kids table, is really to have those meaningful relationships and not simply to be in a room handing out your business card and hoping that you make a connection.
So do you structure your meetings? Are they on the same, let's say, time every month, and do you structure the agenda, or is it how loose or how structured is it?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's structured. We're not having a meeting like every Tuesday of the month. I mean, the events, we get together probably once a month, maybe a little bit, maybe once every other month, just to kind of discuss.
So how do you
what
stay
kind of
connected
events.
about when to do the meetings? Do you do it by, you know, are you on like a social networking path or email path? You just sort of talk to each other?
We do have a Facebook group with all of us, although we don't use it as much, but we have, you know, just a listserv, and we're constantly emailing. I mean, I would say we email, you know, a few times a week, the 7 of us, and then, you know, work on putting together, we have probably 5 events a year. So we're always in contact, and then we also, you know, as Kyle said, we hang out outside outside the group as well, so we're always constantly in contact. And you know, I found that if I have a question on environmental due diligence, I can call up Pete and ask him, you know, his advice. If I have a question on a certain type of industry, I can call up Natalie and have her put me in touch with, you know, someone at her business who can, you know, help give me a background on that industry. And you know, if I have a question on lending, I can call up Kyle and he can give me his perspective on that. So you know, it's turned into a very good support network for our business.